Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can get notifications when I upload a new one, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're gonna jump on into our look. I did already prime my skin with the Hourglass Primer, and I primed my eyelids and under eye with the Morphe Primer. So next up is gonna be foundation. So I'm just gonna take my Double Wear foundation by Estee Lauder. That is in the shade 2W2. It is a little bit too light for me right now. I'm just getting over having a spray tan, so my skin still doesn't quite match up, but we'll get there. I need to go wet my sponge. So with my foundation, I actually like to just pour it right on the lid. That way I don't make any messes anywhere or get an additional thing dirty. Also, not about wasting. I'm gonna put that little extra on my cheek. Just gonna go right in. This is the best full coverage foundation for if you have oily skin or acne prone skin. It works amazing. So since I'm going kind of for a more natural boho look, I'm going to go a little bit easy on the contouring. Definitely going to still conceal under the eyes. I'm not going to put any concealer on my jawline like I normally would to make that contour really pop, because I want definitely more of a toned down natural look. Then going in to set the eyes really quick, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Loose Powder. This is one of my favorites for oily skin. It's just so perfect for either setting under the eyes or eliminating some oils later by just lightly dusting. It is the best for making your face not cakey. I'm going to lightly take my Beauty Blender again just to put a little bit of that powder on my wrinkles on my forehead. This powder also just seriously just takes the wrinkles. I mean, it doesn't make them go away, but it helps the foundation just stay so that way your wrinkles don't look so prominent. Next up are the brows. Again, I'm going to try to go a little bit more natural with the brows too. We'll see how it goes. Taking my Morphe Vegan Brow Brush. This is one of my all-time faves right now. And my Anastasia Brow Dip. For concealing, I'm just going to do a little bit. I really don't want to shape the eyes too much, but I still want to give them a little bit of a pop. I mean, who doesn't want their brows just to pop a tiny bit? So going in again with my Fenty Beauty Concealer, I'm going to take this brush right here. This one is the one recently I found to just be the best for my brow shaping, but only going to take a little tiny bit. Just going into the applicator, just putting a bit on that brush. I do see a little bit of spots that didn't quite get enough coverage that I missed with my foundation, but since we already set that with powder, I'm just going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder. This has been like a tried and true for me since high school. So I just love this like light powder. It's so universal. I've used it when I was tan or when I was light, or when I am light, I should say. It works to cover up so good. So good. I just want to pop on a little bit of blush. I know I'm going a little bit out of order, but whatever. We'll do the very last of my NARS sample. This is in the shade Orgasm. Love this pink shade. It's so pretty. It's such a light plush pink. Just gonna put a little bit on my cheekbones. Seriously, almost gone. Love this stuff. So moving in to our James Charles palette. This is my personal favorite right now. It is so incredible. So it just has every color. It's just amazing. It's got the browns, the yellows, the greens, the pinks, the blues, the purples. Just everything. Okay, so I have one eye done. And this is without lashes. So these are the color schemes we're going to be going with. A little bit of like a reddish brown in the outer corner that we're going to swoop up. I'm sorry, I accidentally started on the other side. I didn't mean to. But just out of habit, I was like, oh, dang it. But I'll go ahead and show you what technique I used. So I went in with this little itty bit. So using James Charles palette, what I did is I dipped in with this little skinny brush on the shade Boutique, which is this darker one here. It looks like a purpley brown, but it's definitely more of like a dark reddish hue of a brown. So with that, I swooped it up in an angle, almost like a wing, which was so easy to do with this brush. Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and it just made such a perfect like outline for my liner later, which, cross your fingers, it matches. It's always so hard to match. But you just start up in the corner and just kind of swoop down to meet right where the upper waterline meets the lower one. You kind of want to meet it down right about there. And then we are going to angle it to go kind of basically like you're doing a wing, except for you got to use this little pencil guy. And it's so easy to fix. But first you want to just start with that one swoop and then work your way from there. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that out a little bit more. Kind of swooping it down just like I was talking about. Next, you want to take a big old fluffy brush. I'm going to take this big old fluffy brush and go in with the shade Tune, which is this beautiful yellow. Taking that on the brush, tapping off the excess, we're going to go right in the crease. I accidentally did a little bit of that too. Again, it was out of habit, I promise. But we're going to work that way in there. And as we go out to this inner corner, be careful just to lightly grab that color and kind of swoop it over just to kind of blend it out a little. But you don't want to go too far over because we don't want to mess up that distinct line that we just did. Next, I want to take another little pencil brush, but this one's a bigger, fluffier one. So taking this guy, already has a little bit of color on it. We're going to go in with the shade Code James. Just a little bit of that. Seriously, just lightly. I didn't even like move the brush, just lightly tapped on the product. We're going to go right up against that line of red and kind of work our way in to get a little bit of blending going on. Once you feel like it's blended out good enough, I want to take this again just to blend that line. See, with this brush I can get right up against that line and just kind of swoop it out. This next step you're going to need either some water nearby or some kind of spray. I love the Mario Badescu setting spray, so I'm going to go in with that. Just spray the brush a little bit. Then dip into the shade Wig, which is this beauty right here. It's a goldish brown. A goldish brown. So going in with that, we're going to cover the whole rest of our lid with that. Moving right underneath the crease. Being careful not to go too high to the eyebrow. Sounded like a yoga instructor. Which, nothing wrong with that. Love yoga. Okay, we're done with that brush. Moving on to this fluffy brush. And we're going to take a orange again, this beautiful orange. So we're going to blend out the line between the sparkles we just put on and that orange. Again, just very lightly, just pop, just a little bit of color. The reason you want to start off with just a little bit, because it's way easier to build up the color than to break down the color. You're going to have to do a lot of blending. Lastly, for the eyelid area is this beauty, which we're going to bring back. This is a fluffy brush we used on Tune. So we're going to use that again to blend out the crease once more. Next, that's going to pull the entire look together. Eyeliner. We'll see if we can do it the same as my other eye. My goodness, I don't know, that's always a challenge. Well, the cat wing turned into a bat wing, so we're gonna just roll with that today. We're gonna have a little bit more of a dramatic eye look. That's okay. Eyeliner is all about practice. Some days you can get the perfect little thin line, and other days it's just like, we're gonna be bold today, darling. I'm going to go in with this pencil brush so we can do a little bit of a light shade on our eyes. So I'm going in with the shade Ring Lights. Just do a little dot of color right in the eye, the inner eye. Just make a pop. Then taking this brush again with that orange, going to grab a little bit of that color and go right under the eye, and that's all we're going to do under the eye. Going in with my Covergirl white eye pencil with the skinny end. I want to put a little bit of white on my lower lash line. Just to make my eyes pop a little bit. And last but not least, mascara, and then once that dries, we will put on the lashes. Eye makeup is done. We'll put on our lashes in a little bit. I want to just wait for my mascara to settle. I've been trying to get into the habit of curling my lashes before I put on mascara because I've always done it afterwards. Don't ask me why. I don't know. That's just how it happened. But I've been trying to train myself. I did forget today, so we'll curl them in a little bit. So finally we can move in with a little bit of contour, give this face a little bit more life back into it. So using my amazing Morphe fluffy brush, going in with Cocoa Contour, and we're going to take the shade Medium Cocoa, which is this shade right there, and you know, one I love to use quite a bit. Just lightly going to tap into that color. I don't want to do a ton, but I do just want to have a little bit of depth on my cheeks. My self-tanner is fading, so I want to just try to blend it. Thank goodness for bronzer. Taking my other little stubbly Morphe brush, my perfect contouring for my nose fluffy brush. Same with Medium Cocoa, and I'm going to last thing I want to do is the lips. I want to do a very neutral color to go along with all the neutral in our face. So I'm going to move in with just a little bit of a lip plumper. This is the Lip Plumping Gloss by e.l.f. and that is in the shade Champagne. So it's just going to give a little pop of color, but not too extreme. And lip plumper, hello. See, this lip plumper looks so good. Just kidding. I mean, it does. It's a very nice lip plumper, but it's definitely very subtle. Okay, last but not least, I forgot about lashes, so we're going to do that. I'm going to go with my Ardell lashes. Now it's time to apply, so I'm going to put on my lashes really quick, and then I'll be right back. Lashes have been applied. Last but not least, my favorite part, which is the setting spray. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray today. I'm going to spray that all over and then dry it with my fan. That's my favorite part. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of how to do this fun look. If you would like to see more, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified instantly when more videos are posted. Have a wonderful day.